What's up, everybody? John Eric Poli here with my MMA news, and today's guest just defeated Fernie Garcia by a unanimous decision at UFC Vegas 65. Pleased today to be joined by Brady Hiestand. Brady, nice to see you, man. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
So, for you, were there any nerves or anything like that for this fight? Obviously, a lot for you to go in, look to get your first win, but at the same time, though, you've been around the block here. So, how would you rate this here? Does this feel like your true traditional first UFC win, or no? Because you had the whole tough thing. Where did they kind of stand with it?
Yeah, I feel like this is my UFC debut. I think the tough, it was all one big competition, and so I felt like that was kind of grouped together. And then now this is actually my UFC career, and we're starting off with a win, and we're gonna keep the ball rolling.
So, with that being said, then, man, how's it feel to get that first octagon win there? It's a monumental time in your career. Just what are the feelings? I'm sure you have to be on cloud nine here.
For sure, for sure. I'm not happy with my performance. I think I made a lot of mistakes, and I was thinking about it, me and my coach, and we rated my performance out what I could have done, probably like a D plus. I feel like I could have gone out there and performed 10 times better, but we still got the win, and I'm happy with the win. But from here on out, you're gonna see another level to me.
And we're going to break down that performance. We get into more of the X's and the O's of it. I just have one other, I guess, question as far as with this being your first fight in that. So, like I said before, right, with the whole tough thing, you consider this your first UFC fight, but you do have a lot of experience, though, with the promotion due to the whole tough thing when you were on that season there. How do you feel about the promotion as a whole that you've been able to experience now multiple times? It wasn't like a true traditional first fight for you, where a guy that's coming in and has fought in a different scene before and they're kind of clueless as to what goes on. You're at least familiar with the way how the UFC operates. Just your thoughts on the promotion early on in your career here.
Yeah, because well, one, it helped to like calm the nerves because not only did I fight for the promotion, I fought in the Apex. So this is technically fourth time I've fought in the UFC Apex, and so it kind of makes everything easier. The walk's similar. I've done it all before, so I really enjoy it there. I can hear my coaches. I can do all that. It's a little bit more intimate, so I liked it. And then on the aspect of working with the UFC, I love it. Coming from the regional scene. Um, if anyone doesn't know, you don't make money until you're in a big promotion. Like I finally have got to a point in my two fights that are actually I got paid by the UFC, able to do this full time. I'm not like making millions or anything like that, but I've finally been able to make enough money to where I don't have to work. And I don't have to worry about money. And yeah, I even got the opportunity to buy my own house. And so after tough, since I've been saving since I was like 17, I was able to buy my own house. And so now I live here with a bunch of roommates. I'm renting a house, hacking it up with some teammates and stuff like that. And then, now I got this win, and now I can, put my all into training and not have to worry about any money. So on the money aspect, I love working with the UFC. And every other way, it's the best promotion in the world. The publicity you get out from it, the clout, this is the NFL of MMA. I wouldn't want to fight for any other promotion.
Yeah, man, a lot of good stuff there. Congrats on the house and everything. That's awesome, and it's great that you get this opportunity at a young age too. Let's now get into this performance now here a little bit. We'll start breaking it down. We'll kind of go round by round with it. Opening round in the first couple of seconds there, he was able to actually knock you down, but then you were able to scramble, get work takedowns on of your own, control the kind of the grappling of it there. So just explain kind of the round, kind of how you thought it played out. What was going through your mind when you got when that punch connected there and you got rocked like that? Or were you even rocked anyway? Did you have your wits about you when you got hit?
It's not how you start, it's how you finish, right? But yeah, so he landed a clean left hook, right cross. And I wouldn't say I got rocked. I guess I would. It was like a flash. It was just like a perfect strike I didn't see coming, and so it just like caught me by surprise, and it just like a flash, and then I was back in there, and so I wasn't like too wobbly or anything. Obviously, I was there enough to be able to grab the single leg and finish that takedown. And he was like doing some choke on me that wasn't working, and it gave me position. So it was a good strike. I made the mistake of extending myself out, leaving my chin up in the air. So good on Fernie for capitalizing on that, even though it was the first 10 seconds. But yeah, no, I felt good. I have a good strike. But obviously it shows how much heart I got because no matter what, you can hit me and you can knock me down, but I'm gonna keep coming.
And then in the second round, he came off. He did have a little bit of success standing up on the feet there, but you, of course, worked the grappling angle of it, get another takedown. Just take us through that round as well.
Yeah, I feel like I actually even got the better of him on the feet. I landed the bigger shots, and I felt like I never got hit, maybe once or twice with some glancing blows. And I feel like I controlled the distance, all that good stuff. So on the feet, I felt good. Those head kicks were getting through. I remember his eyes crossing on off one of them. And then obviously, me and grappling are like, I feel like my grappling was just next level. And so I think I just dominated once it hit the ground.
And then the last round there, you get a takedown. You just smother him. I mean, you're all over him there. Controlled the whole 5 minutes. Wrap up this performance. Was that the game plan coming in that last round? Like, hey, let's get him down here and let's shut this thing out here and let's get out of here.
No, I didn't have a game plan. If you listen in between the rounds, my coach gives us very like simple instructions. You got to be in stance, loaded, good position, and when I'm doing everything the right way, things just come to me. So if I see a takedown, I'll take it. If I see an overhand right, I'll take it. If I see a head kick, I'll take it. But I don't go focus too much on trying to go and get the takedown because then I leave myself open and I'm rushing things. And so the takedown was there. He gave me his back, and that was the end of it. The only thing I wish I did in that third round was get the submission, but beggars can't be choosers.
I want to ask you a little bit about going for takedowns too, because I know you said right it was there the whole entire night for you there. With that single leg takedown, I mean, it was so perfect the way he did the timing of it, the technique on it. It was like clockwork, so to speak. Is that something that you drill over and over and over again? That when you go out there on fight night, it's just so routine because you made it look so. And a lot of people can't do it either. A lot of people do not make that move look so easy. You made it look really, really easy.
We drilled that a lot in this camp, and obviously I'm a grappler by heart, so I know a good single leg. But yeah, definitely in this camp because he's a boxer and he likes to shoulder roll and be on his back foot a lot. So you fake a right, he lifts his leg up a lot, and he'll there's not a lot of weight on his front leg, so it's really easy to snatch up that single leg. So yeah, we drilled that a lot, and then yeah, it was honestly a lot easier than I expected. It was there whenever I wanted it, and I got him down and got to a good position whenever I went for it.
All right, so now post fight, you're on the microphone, and you actually say that you were looking to showcase the hands a little bit more in the stand up. You said you've been dedicating a lot of time to that. I know you didn't get to showcase that often. You even mentioned in today's interview that going forward, you do want to make this more a bigger part of your game and show off other wrinkles to your game. Just talk about that and how that's kind of been evolving. Right, you said you've come from a grappling background. Just how has the whole stand-up part of your game kind of evolved here over the last few years and the time that you've been putting into it?
Yeah, yeah. Like we were talking about, I've been grappling since I was 13 every day, and so once it hits the mat, I feel like a fish in water. It's just easy to me. But in the last 3 4 years, I've dedicated a lot of time in just working on my striking, feeling comfortable, working on being explosive. Because in grappling, everything's such a tension, like you're holding something rather than exploding a lot of the times. So I've been working on a lot of explosion and then also, in on tough, I had that knee injury. My ACL was completely torn, and so I wasn't even able to push off my back leg. And so in this fight, I wanted to showcase my movement, my ability to use my kicks and use my explosivity. And yeah, I'm just excited to go out there and get better at it. I'm feeling more and more comfortable, and I think that showed in the cage. But I think there's another level that I'll reach by the time I fight next.
And speaking of when you fight next, do you have a game plan for that going forward here? Obviously, 2023 is like literally right around the corner. I know they're starting to book some shows out to March, it seems like now, but there are still some opportunities out there. Do you have a game plan as to when you want to get back inside the octagon or how many times you want to fight next year? What's kind of the outlook here for 2023?
Yeah, I'm just ready to get the ball rolling. I feel like I took enough time off, being out with that knee injury. I feel fine. The biggest injury I have is this busted lip and this little shiner on my eye. And so other than that, I'm a okay, ready to go. They gave me a 30-day suspension. So once that's up, I'm ready to go.
All right, man. 10 today. I want to go outside the cage now. You're a volunteer firefighter, if I saw that correctly. What's that been like for you, and how'd you kind of get involved with doing all that? And thank you, too, for your service, too. I know I have a lot of respect for all first responders there. So, thank you for your service as well. But just how did you get involved with that line of duty there?
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. So growing up, I always thought firefighters really cool. My mom was actually a firefighter for a short period of time, and then she became a nurse and now a doctor. So I've grown up hearing stories about the medical field and stuff like that, and so it's always been super interesting to me. My stepdad just retired as a full-time firefighter, so that was another thing. And I just like that, the their ability to help people and be able to, you know, be able to, function under high stress situations where, a lot of people don't know what to do. And so I thought that was really cool when I was 18. So I went and applied, got in, went through academy, became an EMT. So I learned a lot of medical skills, which was really cool. And then when I was 20, I decided I didn't want to work a full-time job all the time. I wanted to try to be a full-time fighter, and the fire department gave me the opportunity to work on the weekends and have a place to live for free, and they would pay me a little bit of money for food and gas and stuff. And so, I would work on the weekends, and then all week I would train full time as a fighter. And so that, on top of it being a fucking cool job, if I wasn't a UFC fighter, I would be a firefighter for sure. That those together, I think, really solidified that that was what my hobby was going to be and kind of what I spend my extracurricular activities doing.
All right, so I got one more thing on the firefighter lines. Now, one of my best friends is same thing, EMT and a firefighter, and then this was actually more famously known by Stipe Miocic back when he was heavyweight champ, and they were showing him in the fire department, and that, of course, is the ball busting. I know a lot of firefighters like to play jokes on each other. Does that happen with you being a UFC fighter? They not pick on you as much.
They do for sure. They do for sure, especially before when I was probationary, they would always do, some tricks and stuff like that. Like if I left my task book around, like there was this one time a task book, you got to do it to get, move up the ranks and stuff. And I left it out, and they froze it in a block of ice. They put it in a plastic bag, put it in a container filled with water, and froze it in a block of ice. And so I spent like 2 hours chiseling out my task booklet out of this block of ice.
Oh my God, that's actually kind of funny. Not gonna, I know it sucks that you have to do it, but that is kind of funny. Not gonna lie, it's a pretty
Oh,
good prank.
oh
All
yeah,
right, man, a
it's
lot of
all
good
good
stuff
fun.
here today. A lot of good stuff here today. Really appreciate the time. Last thing before you head out, plug your social media so people know where to follow you at. If you have any management or sponsors that you have to plug, anything like that, floor is yours. Take it away.
Yeah, my Instagram, Brady underscore Bam Bam. Twitter is Brady Hiestand one, and Facebook it's just Brady Hiestand. I want to thank my team, Sick Jitsu back home, Mike Chiesa, Rick Little, Ashton Charlton, Sam Cecilia, Juliana Pena, all those guys. Thank you for the support. And also, if you want solar panels up on your house, hit up Solgen Power. Use code Brady Hiestand. They'll hook you up.
All right, guys, that was Brady Hiestand, a big winner from UFC Vegas 65 with his unanimous decision win over Fernie Garcia. Brady, thanks again so much for all the time, man. Really appreciate it, and I appreciate all the viewers out there. Anyone that liked today's interview, please do me a favor. Go to the bottom, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Also, keep going to MyMMANews.com and checking out all of our great content. Go to our social media pages as well. Give us a like and a follow on there. We'll see you later, everybody.